Borodar Pub, Croeso. Welcome to this briefing session on the non-maintained settings NOA or NOV as it was called in the past for you, and how to access it ultimately. Now, we've got a short presentation. I'll do a demonstration. I'll show you where the guide is. As I've said, the first quarter of an hour, 20 minutes will be that demonstration, and then we'll give you the opportunity. We'll stop the recording and a chance to answer any questions. Thank you. So there's the recession recording form which you've got, and that will appear in the chat, but you can use the QR code as well. The key for this is an access guide. So there's a very short access guide for you to follow the steps to be able to access it. And then when you should have received passwords already, but if you haven't, you'll get them by the end of the week. And where the your actual NOA will be uploaded by the end of the week as well, is the plan. At that point, I'm going to stop doing the presentation and actually show you where these documents are. So I believe there were workshops earlier in the week where many people were shown, if you attended the non-maintained settings workshop, covered the website. So that's the new website for non-maintained settings. If you can't find it, I'll show you how to find it in a minute. But if we go into your language of choice, and you will be able to have a look at the menus on the left hand side, what's on down the middle. But the key, and I've added these in yesterday, is 2 documents on accessing Hub, SharePoint and the NOA. So the PowerPoint that I'm going to go through this morning and the Word document are there. Okay, so you've got them. If you click on the up arrow, you can download it. Darren's very helpfully put a link in the chat for you on it. But if you can't find it the other way, if you use Google, as I'm sure everyone knows how to, have a look on Google, reject those. If you search for EAS, not EasyJet, but just EAS, unless you're booking a holiday, and we should come up as the top link on there. When you click on this, you will reach our main corporate website, which is a website that links to everything, and up on the top right hand side you will see where it says non-maintained settings. So if you click on that non-maintained settings link, it takes it into the newly developed website just for those areas, and you can click on that area. And just a reminder again, the documents, there are many other interesting and probably far more interesting things on there, but the guide to accessing the documents is there, so you can get a copy of those. This is how you access it. What you need to do, and there is in the guide a full detail of how to do it, but the demonstration of me actually showing it is probably easier. I'll close this bit down, but you need to actually copy that. So right click and copy into a new browser. So by a new browser, I either mean Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome. It is entirely up to you. There is one step. You can't just click on the link. What you have to do, ignore that. That's just our SharePoint. You need to create a new, what's called a new in private window or an incognito window in both browsers. They're up on the top right hand side, 3 dots, new in private window. You know you're in an in private window in any browser because they invariably go black. Yep. So for in private browsing, don't search, go in the top address bar, right click, press paste, press enter, and it will ask you for a login. Now, for the first time, you'll have to put your login in, but for me, you can guess that's my login. Next, sign in. It will remember it every time. Because I am working from home, and we'll cover this step at the end, only working from home for the morning, it will ask me to go to the authenticator on my app. Open the authenticator app. We'll show you how to install this in a little moment. Put your password code in, and it gives me a code on my authenticator, which I can then verify my address, and I am in. Okay, so I'm into the site. What I see will be a lot more complicated than you see because I've got access to things down the left hand side which you don't have access to. This is the power of using Hub. It can give you access on your actual login. What you need is, surprise, surprise, NMS for the non-maintained settings site. When you go into that, what you will be faced with is a list of every non-maintained setting in the region. There's one that is on there which we identified yesterday, but we'll have a site by the end of today. So within there, I get a long list. What you will get is just your site. If you are the manager of perhaps two non-maintained settings, you would see both of them up there. When you click in them, all you do, you click into the folder and you can see the NOAA for 2023-24 is there as an Excel document. They're not there for everyone yet, so if you don't see it, they're being uploaded. But if you then click on it, you will then see the NOAA and you will see all the information that we are sharing with you. A little bit slow on this occasion to load, but it will load up and you will get the information in the NOAA appear. And there it is. So luckily enough, I didn't do introductions at the beginning, so it's a good opportunity to introduce people who are here. We've got Lucy, who's provided some support. Laura is another member of the team who's in today. So Lucy's recorded that, and I might as well demonstrate it here. All it will record is the date of any activity, the year it took place, who provided that support, who was there, how long they were there for, whether it was actually a virtual meeting or a physical, and what area of the impact model it links to. That, by the impact model, it means what things are we trying to change or improve by doing that? Is it leadership? Is it teaching and assessment? What the focus was, success criteria, so what we were aiming to do, and then any actions undertaken. Similarly, for those who were on the pilot, it's also got any agreed future actions which we can track and determine whether those actions have been, and I'll actually do this on this live one, have they been completed, have they not been completed, or have they been partially completed? It's a little bit slow because I'm on this call at the moment. So that's the actual NOAA element of what you do. Of what we will do, our colleagues will do, but it will be shared live with you. So the days of us emailing it back and forth will be gone, and it will be up there. You'll notice that one turned red, a little bit slower than I was anticipating, because I put no in that box. So it color codes purely because we can track the actions as part of it. The other element of it, and what I will do is show you that on an Excel version that I've got, is this. So this is an example of the whole thing. So you have the NOAA, which I showed you. So an example of a completed one. Well, when I say completed one, work in progress, with those agreed future actions color coded, what's been agreed. It is, rather than creating the longer Word documents that we had in the past, which were a narrative. Sometimes it was hard to see what we were aiming to do. They were descriptive rather than a plan as such. The other bit, as part of it, is to have a plan as well, a plan on a single page, so that we can look at the key support areas anywhere between 1 and 5, look at the actions that we're agreed to do to support you as the team, what the intended outcomes are, any days planned. And then on a termly basis, what the team will do is just write a very brief evaluation of the impact that our support is having. So an evaluation of what's of what's happened and progress that's being made. So it is just those two key sheets of NOAA to track the actions and the single plan to plan what we're doing at the start of the process. So to return to the PowerPoint and summarize it, it is copying that link from this guide when you get it, when you see it on the website, into a browser, and then you log in using your hub passwords, hub login and password, which you should by now have received. If you haven't received them, or if you haven't, you're having difficulty with that, you've seen the guides, you've read through it, you're not sure what's happening, then by all means, the key contact for you is not members of the non-maintained team, there for all your other queries, but from any technical queries, email Learning Intelligence, and they will be able to help. Even, it's email, they'll get back to you within 24 hours, if to arrange a phone call or arrange a Microsoft Team troubleshooting session to help you through it. The authenticator bit, I'm going to come on to in a little bit, but This is just a reminder, and Darren's put the email in the chat as well, helpfully. The notes of activity, that's the front cover, doesn't really mean anything, but this is the example single plan progress overview to plan what support you are going to receive in an agreed way. So it's not imposed on you, it is discussed with your EAS link, and then the progress that's being made across the year, because we, to the local authorities, have to demonstrate the progress that we're making in supporting you. That's then a log of activity that are far more searchable, easier to identify what we've agreed than the Word documents that we used to use in the past. The final bit, and you saw me do it, you saw me do it in a flustered way because I wasn't expecting to do it because I forgot I'm working at home this morning. But when you are not in, if you are in a setting that's not a school or you're at home, you will be asked to authenticate. Now, the way to authenticate, you've got your hub email, you've got your hub password, but there is this lovely phrase in the world of IT called MFA, or multi-factor authentication. What that means is the factor of your password you're putting in, but there's another factor, and that's a code. If any of you use online banking, it is exactly the same principle, where you will be asked to you will be messaged on your chosen phone, usually a code. In this case, it's via the Microsoft Authenticator app. You can download this on any Android or Google or Samsung, and any Android or Apple phone. It's completely free download on quite old devices, even 10 years old. It will support that. There are a variety of prompts that you click through to set it up, and then you add a new account. Choose other from that account. You do have to give permission to open the device's camera, because when you're trying to sign in to your Hub account for the first time, you follow the setup guide, point at the QR code, it will then link the site to your camera. It's the most complicated part of it. And when I logged in at the beginning, I was then given a rotating, by rotating I mean it changes every minute or so, 6-digit code, and log in to any of the Hub sites. So that's the authentication guide as the final part of it. So that's the demonstration.